Today, I wish to begin with round 30. The title of today's lecture is The Fourth as well as the Fifth Spiritual World and the Inner World of the Earth. There exists the fourth dimensional spiritual world, and the ether world is the fifth dimensional place. Ether world, in Korean, ether world. The place of the inner world of the earth is the fifth dimensional paradise society. In the central sky of the inner world of the earth, there exists a small sun. And there exists the lava or lava made up of the three long stripes between the two surfaces of the inner and outer world of the earth. Furthermore, the continents are wider than the sea in the inner world of the earth. Well, let's begin with the spiritual world of the fifth and more dimensions. What I've mentioned up till now was the fourth dimensional world, which exists around all the planets in the universe. This fourth dimensional afterworld is the temporary resting place in which all the souls rest for a while in the course of the reincarnation. However, the non-material world, which the people living in the third dimensional world cannot see, does not have only this sort of fourth dimensional world, but it is said that there exists fifth, sixth, seventh, and finally the 12th dimensional world in our galaxy. This information was uttered by the great angel Michael or Michael in the book of Earth, the Cosmos, and You. Earth, the Cosmos, and You. 미카엘 대천상 메시지, this book. On the page 443 to, the page from 243 to 256 of the Korean version. He says about the cosmos, which consists of 7 dimensions in detail in this book. And this book was written through the channeling messages written by the channeler Ophius Pillows and Virginia Essen of America. The angel Michael says that each dimension has several sub-dimensional worlds, and so we can think that the universe is composed of the multi-dimensional world. It is said that the earth will enter the fifth dimensional ether world, or ether world, which transcends the fourth dimensional astral world. This fifth dimensional world is the heaven itself in its original meaning, which is mentioned in various religions, and surprisingly, there exists this sort of fifth dimensional world in our very earth. Another example is in the book From Venus I Came. 나는 금성에서 왔다. This book is From Venus I Came. 나는 금성에서 왔다. The original order of this book is Omnek Onek. This is the picture of Omnek Onek. This picture was taken when she was quite young. And perhaps now Omnek Onek is perhaps 75 or 76 years old. Almost as old as I am. The original order of this book was Omnek Onek, who has come to the earth from Venus. I'd like to mention these 2 civilization cases from now on. First, let's consider the inner world of the earth, which is mentioned in detail in my column Polar Shift 416, which has the address of http://naver.com Bonanza 3000. However, after the date of December 21st, 2012, I erased this column. So, now let's see the same article again here. The same article. As there are much information on the world inside the earth, I'd like to tell you the synopsis of it. Mr. Park Chan-ho, an excellent researcher of UFO, explained it quite in detail in his book UFO Project in the Korean Peninsula in 1997. As I was interested in UFO, I read it naturally, but I could not think of the existence of the world inside of the earth at that time. I thought that the world inside the earth was sort of mythology or legend. Perhaps the reason why I could not imagine the paradise inside the earth was caused by the preoccupation on the formulated idea of the modern science. The preoccupation is the following theory of the earth science. The lower we go down inside the earth, the hotter it becomes. The deepest part of the earth is composed of iron, and the magnetic lines from this iron are given off out of the north and south poles of the earth, and it formulates some fantastic aurora. Sometimes the hot magma from volcano eruptions tells us that the inside of the earth is filled with hot magma surely. Well, this is what we learned at the earth science class of school. However, when we make a trip of scientific deduction or scientific thinking, this theory is quite different from the real fact, and it cannot be scientific. First, let's have a deducing experiment. I mean the thinking experiment concerning the centrifugal force. When we put one hand in a jar and whirl all the water in it rapidly, a hole is made inside water. With this in our brain, let's think of the environment as the first step of the shaping of the solar system. As we know very well, when a bunch of nebula gets together at one place in the space, it gets heavier and heavier, and at last it begins to rotate due to the weight of it. When the speed of the rotation gets higher and higher, the heavy material gets together in the center, and the density of it gets higher too. Finally, a sun or a star is born, and some planets like Earth or Mars are born. Then let's consider the first process of forming of Earth. We can understand the process of forming of the great vacant space inside the Earth at the first stage of the Earth shaping or Earth forming. The centrifugal force is a sort of a force that is given off to the outer space when a thing rotates. Consequently, the existence of the vacant space inside the Earth is the natural result of a scientific phenomenon. Now, in the center of the vacant space inside the Earth, all the centrifugal force is the same, and therefore we can think that a small sort of sun is made, just as the sun in our solar system was made at the first stage of its forming. We can think that at the first stage of the Earth's formulation, lots of air could have penetrated into the soft state surface of the Earth, and lots of caves were formed. It is a matter of course that the size of those caves is over our imagination. The width, wide width, the width is several hundred kilometers, the length is several tens of kilometers, and the height is several kilometers, etc. It is a matter of course that the inside part of the Earth has the sea and the continent like the shape of the surface of the Earth on which we ourselves live now. Can you agree with me on my deduction trouble, while the trouble only with thinking that has been undergone up till now? I think that when you think with the free imagination, leaping over the common sense and the preoccupation, you can have the positive agreement. If I draw a picture with this sort of point of view, we can have the following picture concerning the inside of the Earth. I'll show it later. When we watch the movie Journey to the Center of the Earth, 잃어버린 세계를 찾아서 Journey to the Center of the Earth movie, we can see the scene in which the three persons fall down through the eruption hole of the dead volcano. And at this moment, the three men had a dialogue. The young boy asks how long the tunnel of the dead volcano is, and the old man answers that it might be several thousand kilometers. As a matter of fact, the truth is that the length of the tunnel is not several thousand kilometers, but it is nearly 480 kilometers. This inside the Earth's world is somewhat different from the outside the Earth's world in the fact that the whole area of the land is 3/4, 4분의 3 in Korean, of the whole surface of it. Therefore, the area of it is wider than that of the outside the Earth's world. Furthermore, as you can see the lower picture, I'll show you after a moment, there exists lots of vacant caves inside the Earth, and all of them are connected with the inner tunnels, like the net of web. It is a matter of course that we have a question on the hot magma, but as we see in the picture, all the lump of the Earth is not filled with magma. The magma belt, which is in the center of the Earth, is cut here and there, and this cut place is used as the way between the surface world and the inner world of the Earth. Now let's look at this picture. This is the explaining picture of the book 지구 내부로 가다, written by Marshall B. Gardner in 1920. Well, I do not know the exact title of this book, but it can be translated as Going into the Inner Side of the Earth. The book is the result of all research up till then. And next picture. The next picture is the more detailed one concerning the inside of the Earth, which is in the book Telos Volume 1, Revelations of the New Lemuria. 실존하는 신비의 지저문명 Telos. 실존하는 신비의 지저문명 Telos. Written by Mr. 박찬호.